database. So the full form is database and the short form is, what do you call? Database, only DB. DB is database. Okay, the short form. So whenever anyone asks you what is DB, in the sense you have to recall it as database. Okay, it is very important to understand the database before learning which module? MySQL. Okay, so what exactly database based on your understanding? What is that? Anyone?
It can store the values in the table form.
Okay, in the table form it will calculate. Okay, next. Anyone else? A random call. So let's understand, this is your database. Okay, in this, what you can do, what you have it here, first of all, that is the question now. What you can do is the second question. What do you have here? Data, and it is as a base which you are storing the data, that is called as a database. Okay, which type of a data you are talking? Question number one. You need to understand now which type of data I'm talking about.
Structured and
Structured
non-structured.
data.
Structure or non-structured data. So you have two ways of data. One is structured and one is unstructured. So unstructured in the sense you have to clean. So do you think without cleaning the data, can you store in a database? No. So always remember it will be a structured data in databases. So which means cleaning the data. It will be already cleaned. Okay. So now, which type of a data sets you will be using it here? Suppose you are working in XLR now. Imagine that you're working in XLR. So which type of a data sets you may have it in XLR?
Student database.
Student database. Apart from that, it will be XYZ like this, n number of data. So you'll be seeing the data in this way. So first thing, you will not be storing everything here, which means one single file you can't store. Getting it? You will be giving a partitions. What kind of a partitions? When I'm talking about student, it will be completely student information. So you can type here student info, which you have it. Okay, this is one. Clear? Now next, in this, what you'll be using? Employee info. So in XLR, if we have an employee, then we'll be using employee information table. Now in this, what? Sales and marketing. And here, branch information. XLR is not only one, right? You have a number of branches. So in that, how the performance is working, all the data will be here. Now in this last, like this, you will be having n number of informations. So these are separate folders, okay, which is known as a table. Inside this, all will be there. So you can't dump everything in one single go. So you will be taking one and one in this table. So you will extract and you will keep it here. You will store this data here. Okay, but why you're storing the data here? What is the reason? I want to ask you a question. What is the reason behind this? Why we are saving this data here?
To fetch the data and modifications.
Okay. We already have a table, right? We have an Excel. Agreed? In Excel also you have a table. So why do I need to add data in the database if I have an Excel? Question number one. If anyone asks you, what will be your response? Think about it.
Huge amount of a data.
Sorry, ma'am.
Huge amount of a data.
Huge amount of data. Thank you. Any other? You should know why we are using database. Then there is no point of learning database, no? You know, it's a collection of data, which is structured data format. Okay, which is a combination of table and the combination of rows and columns. You all know this now. Now, why I need to save all the tables in database? What is the reason? Okay.
Restoring and maintaining the
Okay, let me ask you one simple question. In your mobile phones, you have Google Drives, Google Photos. Okay. Whenever your mobile storage will get full, what will happen? You'll delete, no? Whatever the images. And that image you have already in the Google Drive or Google Photos. So in Google Photos, what it will show you? It will show you the memories. On which day, which time you have uploaded that photo. Got it? Historical amount of data. So huge amount of data can be stored in database. Where in Excel, you have a limitation. How much limitation you have in Excel? No idea, sir. Say no. 7+ ratings you guys have given. What is the limitations?
So capacity, huge amount of data we cannot.
10,48,576 records. Beyond this, you can't add the records in Excel. If I have a data set of 20 lakhs, can I add in Excel? No. I'll copy the data in database and I'll create a new file again, new folder or new sheets. That is how we're gonna add it. So it's a multiplication of files or a table which is converted into a database, a combination in one single folder. That is why we say collection of data. In Excel, you're not collecting the data. Okay, you're working in one single table always in Excel. But here you'll be working with multiple tables. And that is how we will be working in MySQL. In which application we're gonna use? We will be using n number of applications here. For example, now imagine you have this database and you have worked on this. So you have it here. Now these all information of XLR is available in this database. This is XLR database. Let's understand this. Okay, now my manager, who is my senior manager, he requested me to pull out the data of students' information based on the branch level. Are you getting it? Based on branch level, I need a student information. So I'll be using one application. So which application I may use here now? Can I use Excel here? No. My client has requested me to add, okay, and get the information of student and branch information, 2 tables. But he wants to combine everything in one single table and he wants me to get. I want to see which student has enrolled in which and all branches. So that data I need it. So we will be using one tool. Which tool is that? It may be MySQL. It may be SQL Server. It may be Oracle SQL. Okay. And it may be here, MS is MySQL, SQL Server only. Access DB. It may be anything. Got it? These many servers you have, application tools to extract the data from the database. So you will not be working in MySQL only. In real-time scenario, you may work in AWS also. Okay. Data lake also you may work. It depends. Databricks also you may work. But the query will be written as a SQL server only. Similar query will be there. Okay. So here, why we are using MySQL? What is the reason now? Why can't we use any other applications? What is the reason behind this now? I want you to understand this. Why MySQL only? Why not any other platform? Okay, if I ask you, most of the users, they have heard about WPS? Yes or no? It is Excel tool. And we have MS Excel. Which one we have used? Why not WPS? Is it very free to use? User friendly? What do you think? WPS is user friendly if anyone has used? No, it is not. User friendly is MS Excel and it is an open source. Any users can use it. The same thing, MySQL is also, it's an open source application where any users can install and any users can learn that too. Got it? If you want to install, it is very easy steps. It's not too hard. But when you're using MS, which means Microsoft SQL Server. That is very hard to install, actually. Okay, and it is only integrated with Microsoft Team. If you are using any third-party databases, it will not support much. That is the reason we are using MySQL. Okay. SQL Server, which I'm talking now, let's talk. It is from where? Which company it belongs to? Microsoft. Okay. What about MySQL now?
Oracle.
Thank you. It's Oracle. And even Oracle has their own DB. Oracle database. They do have it from the Oracle. Then why they have launched MySQL? If they have Oracle DB, why they want to launch MySQL? It's a competition for SQL Server. Simple concept. These two tools. In the market, it was booming. Before MySQL, it was SQL Server, where we were learning all the SQL queries. Okay. Then we got MySQL in the open pitch. But before that, they had Oracle. Oracle only can integrate with Oracle softwares, not with a third-party application. Where if you want to work, then you have to use which tool again? MySQL. That is why they have launched MySQL here. Got the point? This is all about your MySQL. Now, if you want to extract student information and branch information, then how you gonna connect? You have learned it from Excel. You have learned from Excel only.
Pivot table.
No, something else. See, in student
Power query.
information and branch information, there should be something to link between these two tables, right? That is called creating a relationship between the tables. In SQL, what we're gonna use? Joins. We'll join both the tables and we'll extract the information what client has requested. This is how we're gonna work in real-time scenario. For this only, we are writing the query. Got the point here? The concept is very clear. So why you are using MySQL? To extract the information from the database. Okay, it may be any requirement. They'll ask you, get me all the data in one single go for this year, current year. So you have to connect all the tables, okay, creating a relationship or joins, then you will be extracting. And that data you'll give to the management. From that management, they'll create a report. Okay, after extracting the data, what are you gonna do? You're gonna create a report. In which tool you're gonna connect? You can connect with Power BI, Tableau, and any idea? Even Excel comes into the picture, buddies. You wanna see? In data tab, get data, database. Can you see here? You have all these things. So I can also connect from MySQL and I can extract the data. Okay, but the performance issue will be there in Excel because it has a limitation. So that is the reason we use BI tools, Tableau and Power BI. We use these two tools to create a report. And why we want to connect directly from MySQL? Why not Excel? Now you got the data, what I have requested. You got in your handy. You have shared with me. Why I should use Excel and then I have to connect with Power BI or Tableau? Why? Or why not directly connection? What is the benefit to use MySQL? We should know that also. Now, which tool you'll use? Excel or MySQL to connect with Power BI or Tableau? I have a question. MySQL? Yes, but what is the reason? Why you're saying that? See, unless you don't understand, you will not give the answer to others. I want you to ask yourself questions. Why you will choose MySQL? Yes.
Because there is no limitation on MySQL. There is no limitation in MySQL.
No limitations. Okay. Next.
To extract the data easily.
To access the data easily. Next. Anything? No idea? Give any answers. It's okay. Extracting. Yeah, both you are extracting. You have Excel and you have MySQL. I want to connect with Power BI or Tableau. which tool should I use? Excel or MySQL? Question is easy. Which tool should I use to connect and extract the data?
Limited data access in Excel, sir. Lot of data in
So in
Excel.
short, huge amount of data, you can use MySQL. Agreed? In terms of performance, 2 GB is more or 4 GB is more? 4 GB. So you can consider MySQL as a 4 GB. So performance wise, it is good. Third option, the last one. If I want to refresh the data set, what I have to do? I have to go and add data in Excel, then I have to refresh it manually, right? But MySQL direct connection. You don't have to add, automatically it will get added. Someone in the backend, he'll be adding the data. It will get added. You just need to automate there in Power BI or Tableau. Within a second, you got the data. So live streaming will be done in MySQL server. Got the point? So this is very beneficial for the users and the client. So live update is very important for them. They'll not wait to update the data manually. So that is why we are using tools like SQL Server, database tools. Clear on this? Any question? Online? Anyone? Now, as per your understanding PPTs, let me just show you. So a database is an application that stores the organized collection of record. It can be accessed and managed by the user very easily. And that is what we are saying. It allows us to organize data into tables, rows, and columns. Index to find the relevant information very quickly, which means whenever you want to find out the huge amount of data, you can take the help of index, the serial numbers, okay, or the random commands you can give it. Each database contains distinct API for performing database operations such as creating, managing, accessing, and searching the data in the source. So the database is huge amount of data. If you want to find out, then you have to use the distinct API, which means a unique command will be there for that. Okay. So based on that, we are performing it. Now coming to the MySQL. MySQL is one of the most popular database management system software used for what option? Managing. As I said, without relational, you can't use it. So relationship is required between the tables. If you don't have a relationship between the tables, then you can't extract with MySQL. So this is the tool where we are using relational database. Okay. It's an open source software which is supported by which company? It is fast, scalable, and easy to use database management system in comparison with Microsoft SQL Server. And so as I said, it is very easy to use when you compare with anything, and third-party application also you can connect. It is commonly used in conjunction with PHP scripts for creating powerful and dynamic server-side or web-based enterprises application. If you're working in a server, then you have to write the script of PHP. So it's advanced scripting part. Okay. It's like your command prompt where you're going to use it. The similar part. Now, how many types you have it? So the future of the scripting writing, the codes.
Is there any full form of PHP?
API, REST APIs and all. Okay. So feature is here. Whatever you have here is easy to use, secure, open source, scalable, and reliable. So these are the most of the features. But in this, I would suggest it is very easy, open source, and scalable. And reliable is also there. Security, you are giving the securing part. You guys will give the data restriction. So that is the reason it's up to you. Now coming to this. When I'm saying DBMS, the full form will be what?
Database management system.
So these type of, the database management system you have. Hierarchical one, graph one, network, ER model, relational, document, object-oriented, no SQL. But we'll be working in which one?
Relational database.
Always remember, you will be working in relational database. That is the condition. Okay. What do you mean by that? Let me explain you in this way. So let's see. Database is an organized collection of information. Data can be fact related to any object in consideration. For example, your name, height, and weight are some data related to you. A picture, image, file, or PDF can be considered as a data, but this is considered as a unstructured data. Okay. Now, example of database: an online telephonic directory uses a database to store data of people, phone number, and other contact details. So these are all the examples they have given. Got it? So these are a huge amount of data. You know, when you use telephonic directories, you will see lakhs of data, okay, with the address also. So like this, you will be getting it. So in this, we have different types of databases. So here I have given 4 examples. You can choose hierarchical database, network database, object-oriented database, and relational. We are working on relational database moreover. Okay, what is that? Let's see step by step. Hierarchical means whenever you're using parent and child relation, that is called hierarchical one. You have used in Power BI, you have used in Tableau. Okay, college is a parent. There you will be having a department and infrastructure. In department, again, you have a child, sub-child, which is course, teacher, and student. In this course, you have theory part and lab part. So these are child, and this is called parent. Got the point? This is called hierarchical database, but in this, you will not be using it. Next, network database. Network will be like this. For example, in a college, a student, course, and faculty will be there. So students will have these 3 questions, and again, course will have 2 questions, and faculty will be having name and salary. So these are connecting with each other. That is called network. Okay. Suppose if you are using a Wi-Fi in your home, you are connected to laptop, TV, mobile phone, and you have a tab. All those are network connections. Okay. But one single Wi-Fi. That is how it is working. Now coming to the next one. Object oriented. Object in the sense it will show you like this. So some pictures will be like this, objects, and you will be seeing like that options. Okay. This is also optional. The last most important part. Which one is this? Relational database. In this type of model, data is stored in 2-dimension table using rows and column. Each table is connected to other table using. That is very important. So for example, if you see employee ID, employee name, gender, and department, based on this gender, department ID, I need to extract the department name. Got it? So gender ID also I have it, and I'll be seeing male and female. So these are the connection. So we have 3 tables. From this table, you are extracting the department. From this ID, you're extracting the gender, male or female. This is called relational database. Clear on the concept? Any questions here? Anyone? Relational database. See, you have 3 tables here. So basically, they will be working in a 2-dimension tables. Dimension in the sense, multiple tables informations you will be having. Okay. So in this, what will happen? This will be your main table. From here, what you are extracting? Suppose I need this employees, which department he belongs to. So I'll be using department name with the help of department ID to department ID. If I need to know this employee is a male or female, then I'll be using gender ID connection. That is how it is connecting. One to many and one to many. Got the point? So here also we are using the same concept. Okay. So here, most of the time, what we'll be using? Relational database management system. They will ask you in interview, what is RDBMS? At that time, you need to say this. Clear? This will connect like this. And most of the servers or SQL will connect. You can see here, MySQL, Microsoft, Oracle, and Microsoft Access are working on this modern pattern. Okay. They'll always work in relational database. So if you are using in real-time scenario, instead of MySQL, if you are using Oracle, you should understand whether you have a relational or not. If you don't have, then you can't use this tool. Okay. Now coming to the next concept here. Normalization form. Okay, this is how it looks like. The rows and column. The table will be like this, which means column header and rows information. Clear? Which you have already seen multiple times. Now coming to the normalization form. What is normalization form and why do we need it? The question number 1. So based on your understanding, what do you mean by normal? Normal and abnormal. In a simple terms, I want to discuss. I don't want to show PPT first. What is normal and what is abnormal? I am abnormal, you are normal. You want to say that? Then
We are all normal people, sir. Ambani is also special.
Oh, he's abnormal people. Okay. Anyone with a good example?
Working properly is like normal.
Okay. So if I say my mobile phone is getting damaged, is it in a normal view or a abnormal view?
Normal.
So something which is getting damaged or it's okay, physical or mentally, that is called abnormal. So in short, in Karnataka, we have Bangalore Nimhans. You all know that? That is abnormal because they are getting treated. Okay. Most of the hospital people who they stay there, they are like that, abnormal way. Okay. Even in jail. So what do you think? They are normal person or abnormal person? They'll be normal and they'll become abnormal. Watching after multiple movies, you decided this, right? What do you say? They're abnormal or normal? They're actually normal person. Okay. Due to some scenario, they have changed their activities. Got the point? So abnormal means completely disabled. Now in this scenario also, if you're seeing to understand here is, normalization is a database design technique that organizes table in a manner that reduces the redundancy, which means useless and dependency of data. So first thing, useless data we don't require. Got it? So if a person is becoming more fat with a cholesterol, that is useless fat, which he needs to reduce. Getting it? The same thing normalization means. To avoid insert, update, and deletion anomaly, normalize divide larger table into smaller tables and link them with relationship, which means primary and foreign key. This should be your answer. So in shorter term, if you want me to say, normalizing is you should get the unique records where you should not have unwanted column and unwanted rows. You should not have that. Okay. Second, you should be dependent to the other table because when you have a large amount of data, it will consume more and the low performance. To reduce that performance speed, so you have to use this option. One table to another table. Clear on the concept? For example, see, when I'm saying anomaly in the sense, you should not have not null values. Okay. Which means wherever you see the null values, it will be throwing error. Now let's understand here. Something that is not according to the standard or normal. For example, IDs you're seeing the proper way, name you're seeing proper, address you're seeing proper, and department you're seeing proper, right? Okay. Now here what we have mentioned, department should be not null. So in case if I'm allowing any null value there, if I'm keeping a blank, it should throw me error. Got the point? Because I have given here not null condition. This column should not contain null. Should not contain, I'm saying. So which means you should not write any null values. You should not keep empty. You should fill this department at any cost. Okay, when you're in giving the information. You can ignore the address, you can ignore the name, you can ignore the ID, but name, department should be filled. Got it? This is how you will be using it. For example, you have these many types of normalization form. So 1NF, which means first normalization form, second, third, and BCNF, and 4NF. So these are the 4 options you have it. In real-time scenario, you'll be using 1, 2, 3. But only in interview, they'll ask you the overview. It will be a theory part. Remember, they'll ask you what is normalization and how it is working. So first condition should be your this. Okay. Which means unwanted rows and column it will remove. It will contact as a table to table, giving a relationship between the tables. Okay. To reduce the larger amount of table or larger amount of size. Now coming to first normalization, NF form. Let's understand here what exactly it means. So when I'm talking about first normalization form, there are the conditions here, which I have mentioned. So as per the rule of first normalization form and attribute, which means column of a table cannot hold. Remember this. This has a first NF. Okay. Cannot hold multiple values. it should hold only automatic, forming a single unit value. Okay, atomic means single value. Each record need to be what condition?
Unique.
So in short, if anyone asks you what is first NF, each record should be unique. Simple concept. How if they ask you, you have to give the example like this. For example, you have employee table. Employee 1 has a proper name. Employee 2 has a name properly, but the number, mobile number, multiple values. Is it a right form? No. In employee 3, is it a right form? No. So these two are wrong, because you can divide with these two numbers at all easily. So which we should not use it. So it should form in a single unit. Remember this. Okay. So how to connect with this whenever you have this table? So in this scenario, you will be converting in this way. Can you see here? Employee 1002 Smith has this number also and this number also, which means he has two unique record of mobile number. So this is how you're gonna use it. So if you see properly, the second one, let me highlight here for you. This one, and if you see this one, makes sense? Is it a duplicate record or unique record now? If you say, no, sir, employee ID is duplicate, name is duplicate, department is duplicate, but when I combine all these four, it is unique record. Because this number is not repeating here. Got the point? This is what first NF required. So unique record should be there. It's a mandatory. Any questions here? Thank you. Now the second one. How this second one is working? Okay. To make this table complies with 2NF, which means second normalization form, we can break into two tables like this. Okay. For example, one table will have the employee ID and age. Second table will have employee ID and qualification. Okay. First NF, which means each record should be unique. So first condition is that. Second NF, non-key attribute should be dependent on a single key, which means one-to-many relationship. What do you mean by one-to-many or many-to-one? What do you mean by that? A simple question. So I don't think so. I should one-to-many or many-to-one. Do you want me to go very detailed or you want me to give overview, guys?
Unique to duplicate. One-to-many.
One-to-many is?
Unique to duplicate.
If you properly observe here, the employee IDs are repeating only one time. In this, how many times the employee IDs are repeating?
2 times.
So that is called unique to duplicate, one-to-many relationship. Primary key and foreign key. Foreign key will be having a duplicates record. And it will connect to the primary key, which is called unique records. Got it? This is how second normalization forms, which means non-key attribute should be dependent on single key value. This is the single key value. Got it? Any question here? So this is very important here. Relationship in second normalization form. Now coming to the third one. The third normalization form is like this. Okay. So first thing, it should be in the second normalization form. So what is your first normalization form? Again, I'm asking you. Unique records. Second one,
Primary unique.
creating a relationship. In short, as I said you. Okay, one-to-many or many-to-one. Okay. Now the third one, there is no transitive function dependency. Now, what do you mean by this dependency? Okay. A transitive functional dependency is when changing a non-key column might cause any other non-key columns to change. Okay. You'll not understand this example. Let me explain you in simple way. Do you see here employee ID? Okay. Do you see the name?
Yes.
Do you see the zip? And do you see the city? All the 4 columns? Clear on the columns? Don't see anything else. Just see the 4 columns. Now, if I want to extract employee ID with city, I can get it. Agreed? I can get this employee ID with the city names. Yes or no? Okay. In the same table, even I can get zip code with city. So what it is doing? It is creating a multiple relation from this table to this table only. Same table it is going and connecting to the city. with employee ID, same zip code is also getting connected to city. So which one will be the unique list? Any idea now? Now, if I say primary key will be employee ID, then what about the zip? Even for each city, it is a unique record only, no? Zip code will be unique. So you're getting both the unique records. In a table, both the unique records cannot be there. Getting the concept? In single table, I can't keep my name has a unique or my ID has a unique. It should be either ID or either name. Getting? So in this scenario also, employee ID and zip code cannot be unique. Any one should be there. So which one should I take here? I'll be considering primary key. What is my primary key now? Employee ID. So what I'll do, I'll create a new table. See, I'll be creating in this way. So in the same existing table, I'm creating a two different table. Employee ID, name and zip. From zip, I'm going to again zip table and I'm connecting zip to city. So this is how we are creating manually. And in real-time scenario, you will not be using this type of a data. Yes, you may get it because in one single table, you'll have all the information. That is fact. In real-time scenario, you'll get like this. At that time, you need to split these two tables. One single table, you need to split into two tables like this format. So where whenever I ask you, get me this employee's city name. So how you gonna connect? You will connect from here to here, and then it will go to here, and then it will connect to this. Got the point? This is how you're connecting with two tables. And this is the solution. And in interview, they'll not ask you this much deep. Don't worry, just you need to understand the pattern. This is how SQL works. Clear? Because earlier, how was the table here? You had all the column in one single go. If you properly observe, you had 4 columns in single go, where employee ID is connecting with zip, zip is connecting with city. So city is dependent on zip also and dependent on employee ID also. So I don't want to depend both the thing. It is indirect dependent we say. So for that, we have created this two table. Okay. So why we have created this? Because in real-time scenario, the calculation may mismatch. If you have a huge amount of data like this, and if you want to count the employees, and if you want to count the cities, you'll get error. One zip code may have different city also. City names may have different city for different employee IDs. So at that time, it will throw error. So you should have a unique records. Got it? These are 3 normalization form. That is why we use this normalization form. I want
Normalization of business value. Previously.
take this also. how to use it,
Number 12.
and then second normalization form. Okay, this is how the definition works. And then you have third normalization form like this, and this is the third one, the result. It should be in this way.
It's in the
One,
3 तक होगा.
2,
Hmm.
3, 4,
Hmm.
then 5, 6,
Hmm.
7, and this is 8.
Hmm.
Clear? This is all about your normalization form. So 1, 2, 3 you should learn. So here you can see each table cell should contains a single value. Each record needs to be unique. So this is how you're gonna use it. Remember, first normalization form. Second normalization form will be like this. You will be having a table. Based on that, you're gonna create a different type of tables. Okay, so where you can relate from one table to 3 tables. And this is all third normalization form. This is nowhere dependency. So which means one connection to this table and second connection for this table. So this is how you will be using it in real time. So these all are advanced, you know, where you will not be able to understand the normalization form. So that is the reason I have shown you that. Now in this, specially, you need to install. So I want one user to share their screen and I'll help you out to install. Okay, anyone, please share your screen. And no one will touch your screen.